Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Gachie's Skyman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. I had a heated conversation today with some scholars. Let me call them scholars, because some are taking their masters at the University of Nairobi. Others are working. And I was telling them that if Kibaki played his cards well, especially if there were no post-election violence, he could have been the second Kenyan to win the coveted Nobel Peace Prize that was won by the late Wangari Maathai in 2004. And she became the first woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize in Africa. Today, that conversation was very, very interesting. When I proposed them that Raila can easily win the Nobel Peace Prize, many people could not believe. Many people have never thought about it. But in the final analysis, when we looked at Kenyans, we realized that there are some people who cannot easily win the Nobel Peace Prize. For example, Gachie cannot win the Nobel Peace Prize. Ruto can, at the moment, he cannot win the Nobel Peace Prize. But if he is able to do something that is likely to bring a profound positive impact to humanity and here to Kenyans in general, he can easily win it. In fact, one of the scholars opined that the reason why William Samoei Ruto is becoming very active in the international arena is because his eyes are set on the Nobel Peace Prize. And I argued and I told them that it will take time for him to come even closer to be considered by the Nobel Peace Prize, the Norwegian committee that come up with the winners. Ladies and gentlemen, why do I think that Raila can win the Nobel Peace Prize? Wewe unaonaje? Wewe kulingana maoni yako, ni nani ambaye kulingana na wewe maoni yako, kwa sababu unajua Wakenya vizuri sana na sio lazima wawe wanasiasa, kwa sababu when you look at even when Wangari Maathai was nominated the Nobel winner, in fact she was an assistant minister, she was not even a full minister in Kibaki's government. Now I think she was the assistant minister for environment, but when she became the Nobel laureate, wakati alishinda hili tuzo ambalo ni la thamani kubwa sana, many people could not believe their eyes. So what can make Raila win the Nobel Peace Prize according to me? And this would be very good, by the way, when Raila would be heading to the retirement. It would be something that would be very, very rewarding. You know, he has been the prime minister, he has been the opposition leader, he has been a minister for roads, he has been a secretary general, he has been a party leader, and many things in one. But when you look at it, Raila has all the qualities of a Nobel laureate, somebody who can easily win this prize. The first thing that can make Raila win this is his history. Because people, you have to look at the history of somebody before they decide what he has done. For instance, Raila has contributed to democracy. He contributed to the liberation of this country. The second liberation, multipartyism. He sacrificed. He was jailed, just like Mandela. Unakumbuka vizuri sana. Mandela and de Klerk shared the Nobel Peace Prize, and because of agreeing to form a government, and when de Klerk in South Africa agreed even to step down for and hand over power to the Africans. And when you look at Raila AMOLO ODINGA, he does not fall far away from the liberation icon Mandela, the father of African democracy also. So when you look at, again, the year 2002, Kibaki, for sure, could not have been the president without Raila AMOLO. Remember the way he declared Kibaki tosha. Unafikiri hizi barabara ambazo tunaona, hii elimu ambayo haina malipo ililetwa na kina nani? Indeed, in fact, I remember when Kibaki won the elections. Wakati Raila alikuwa naenda katika sehemu za Mlima Kenya, watu walikuwa namuita Jaba. Eneo Jaba ito. Kumaanisha this is our hero. And people are very happy with him because of the transformation that was witnessed in this country when the economy started growing from negative 0.2 to 10%. This was courtesy of Raila saying Kibaki tosha. So there's no way Kibaki would have been the president without Raila declaring or supporting him. And remember the way Raila supported Kibaki, even after the accident. He continued, he sacrificed his ambition because of Kibaki, because of national unity, because of his love for this nation. Again, in 2007, Raila won the election fairly and squarely. He was rigged out. Huo ni ukweli wa mambo, alishinda. Na hata baada ya kushida, he agreed to play the second fiddle, if you ask me. Akakubali, kusema ukweli, even though the coalition government was supposed to be, the prime minister and the president were supposed to have almost equal powers, were supposed to share power. Literally, there was no power sharing. Raila's power was cosmetic, if you ask me. The real power was with Kibaki, who was the appointing authority. But you see, Raila's humbled himself. For the sake of peace of this nation, he supported Kibaki, and the coalition government thrived. Wakafanya vizuri sana, wakaendelea vizuri sana, nchi ikawa na amani. And even that agreeing to let Kibaki be the president, it calls for a statesman. Again, after that contested election and after the post-election violence, without Raila agreeing, I think they could have this country could have burned completely. We could have lost this country completely while we waited for Raila AMOLO ODINGA. Again, even after forming the coalition government, he supported the struggle for a new constitution, which had started many years ago, but it was realized in 2012, 2010 constitution, it was realized. Na wakati ambapo tulipata hii katiba, Raila AMOLO ODINGA really worked to have this constitution. Raila AMOLO ODINGA mobilized his troops, mobilized Kenyans to support this constitution. I remember William Samoei Ruto was opposing the new constitution. That is a fact, and it cannot be denied. But Raila, for his love of this nation, we had the most progressive constitution in Africa and even in the world. Some chapters are said to be the best, especially those who are dealing with the human rights. They are very, very nice chapters that deals with human rights. And Kenya became a model of democracy, courtesy of Raila AMOLO ODINGA. So when you look at these factors, you see why he can easily be a candidate. He can easily be considered by the Norwegian Nobel Peace Prize Committee. They can easily consider him, by the way. Don't be surprised. Again, 2013, you know what happened? Elections, not very, very verifiable, not something that could pass the test of time. Yet baba akakubali, shigo upande, akaendelea. Again, come 2017, remember Maraga Declaration, that the elections were full of irregularities and irregularities. The election was nullified. Raila, for the love of this nation, akasema ya kwamba wacha tu William Samoei Ruto na Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta waendelee kutawala. For the sake of peace, he went for a handshake with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. The country was peaceful. And now, come 2022, he was rigged out. Even when majority of the IBC commissioners said that William Samoei Ruto did not win the elections, Raila AMOLO ODINGA, for the sake of peace, is now working. He seems to be working with William Samoei Ruto. And the country is peaceful, by the way. So, why do you think that Raila cannot easily win the Nobel Peace Prize? Is there any Kenyan who actually can win this? Who is there any person who comes closer to winning the Nobel Peace Prize? Kuliko Raila. Wewe niambie ni nani? Ni nani? Ni Dedi Nyoro? Ni Kimani Ichung'wah? Ni Wafula Chebukati? Ni nani other than Raila? Because even Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is far from this. The only person who can maybe, if she became the deputy president, because she had the chance of doing so many things, was Mother Karua. Because Mother Karua also has a history. I don't know what you think. I don't know who you would nominate as a candidate for Nobel Peace Prize. Because me, I would nominate Raila Amolo Odinga. And how I wish that he can win it. How I wish he can be considered. How I pray that we can have him. Because this one, it will be like crowning him. It will be decorating him. And he would exit the stage. Everyone will be dancing. And everybody will be happy. Have you noted, by the way, when Raila is happy, the nation is very peaceful. The nation is very calm. And even the leaders, especially those in government, they are usually very, very happy. Like now when you look at William Samoei Ruto, he seems to be very, very happy. Very happy. Simply because he's getting the support of Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't know what you think. I don't know what to say about this. I don't know whether you have a candidate other than Raila Amolo Odinga. And that is my take, ladies and gentlemen. And I know here I am right. Bye-bye.